And let's talk about the donations.
Donations, that's a very sad thing that I had to put up on the website. The safest donation site that you can go to is bringmytreeshome.org.
And
Anyone that's out there selling t-shirts, anyone that's out there selling tags, buttons, or anything like that, if it's not Mr. Richardson and family himself, that money is not coming to us. If
okay,
you not if you don't see an event posted on bringmytreeshome.org or a fundraiser donated on bringmytreeshome.org, it's not legitimate.
now let me ask you this. Now there are people out there, for the people who want to know why you're still collecting donations after the supposed remains have been found. Give people a little bit of insight. I mean, it's not over. It's really just beginning.
Definitely. And like I said, if you read the recent, and it's on the website, bringmytreeshome.org under Father's Corner. If you read the article from LA Focus, you will see that I did an exclusive interview with them where I filed bankruptcy. Now, that's not to say that I'm here to live off people and their donations. Anytime we have a fundraiser, it's connected to a future event that we're trying to hold. So the last thing was a car wash that we held. You're going to hear me talk about that on KJLH this Thursday at 5 a.m. How the person reneged. But that money and that fundraiser information was about the big march that everyone's talking about. The march was on her anniversary with the date that she went missing. We were supposed to load up 3 to 4 buses, go out there to Malibu, and actually walk. We were going to go out there at about 7 p.m. and we were going to actually march from where Mitrice was released at. We didn't want to go out there at the exact time of 12:38 because that's dangerous. We don't know how we were going to be welcome out there, so we wanted to kind of do it in a evening sunset kind of environment so you can get a general idea. But because that person reneged, because money was stolen, um, we have to go back and do another event. However, KJLH has announced a nationwide boycott with this person and put him on blast and expose him for what he has caused. And because he didn't follow through on his deal, we can't do the march in time. The march will be done, but it will be done later on. So donations are not being collected to help me live or buy. I drive a Kia Rio. I'm used to having a Benz. I'm used to having Cadillacs. I'm used to having the finer things in life. But I've always worked 2 full-time jobs to afford it. I literally filed bankruptcy behind this whole case and trying to find my trees by conducting searches that LAPD and law enforcement said that they've done. No, that has come out of my pocket. Didn't nobody pay for those searches? Didn't nobody bring water? You know what I'm saying? So the help and the volunteers help carry out those searches.
And so, I really want to get into definitely your recent affiliation with the National Association for Equal Justice in America, otherwise known as NASIA. Let's talk a little bit about that. Why you didn't go with maybe someone more commercial, or an organization that is more in the news.
Oh man, that's an excellent question. When Nasia approached me, I was like, yeah, 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 yada yada yada. They're old school, and when you hear in LA, I'm a civil rights activist, I'm a community activist, or whatever. These are people we call ambulance chasers. You just want to be on the news saying something that I have done for almost a year now. This is wrong. I don't need anybody to tell me this is wrong. When Nasia approached me, we had a meeting 2 Saturdays ago, and they reached out to me and they told me they had been following me, and they said, we like the way you've been handling yourself. We like your passion that you have over your daughter's situation. Michael Giannacco is the lawyer that they say does independent reviews for the sheriff's department. Michael Giannacco was the one that completed the investigation for the Lost Hills sheriffs and said that he felt like they didn't do anything wrong. He didn't find anything wrong with anything that happened to Mitrice Richardson. One of the key things Michael Giannacco said last night was, I agree with you, Mr. Richardson. We do need to look at our hiring practice. I don't know if you recall, but a few months ago, we were tasked with hiring 1,000 police officers by a certain deadline. In that process, we failed to follow up and stay to our scrutiny hiring practice. They recently found out that they have rehired police officers that was released from other departments. So our question to him was, well, how many of those officers you think made it to Malibu? We have to learn the art of boycotting again. We have to learn the art of protesting again. We have to learn the art of fighting for what we believe in. See, we have a history of when the media stopped talking about it, we drop the ball. This is a case that will not be dropped till I get justice. That's why Mitrice's website has been changed from bringmitricehome.org to bringmitricehome.org/justice. We bringing her justice. And I'm not going to rest until I find the punk savage bastard who thought my daughter was nothing less than something that should be whatever happened before, but the end result thrown in a ravine to rot. If you think I fought for less growing up, and if I don't fight for something, which is my daughter, it makes everything I ever fought for growing up non obsolete.